because I think that sexual repression is a huge force for violence. I think about that a lot because I sort of have to in this
Hmm.
moment, have to root for that kind of education because it can be incredibly impactful.
All right, now I want to know what is one trend that's happening in intimate health podcasting or coaching that genuinely excites you?
Okay, this one is kind of tricky. I was thinking about trends and my mind just went to like social media and like
Yeah.
AI. And while I actually really love and value that there's so much information available online now and that there's so much that you can learn just through those platforms, what I thought about anticipating this question was actually this pendulum swing in response to how we navigate problematic men. So this is a
Mm,
little bit more speaking to a trend in culture as much as it is like a trend in like the tactics that we use in education,
yeah.
but that there's been a huge surge of feminism for many years, and that we know that there are a lot of men now who feel rejected by that movement or who don't know how to
Mm,
engage with it.
yeah.
And it's had a negative impact, you could argue, in a lot of ways, that those men are turning to the wrong spaces to look for validation, to look for camaraderie, to just feel a part of something, and where that rejection is stoked into outrage, into misogyny, into political movements that we
Yeah.
see now. So I'm seeing this kind of pendulum swing back where instead of shutting men down for not knowing enough or not showing up effectively, there are more educational resources being offered, or there are practitioners like myself who are willing to work with those men and know that there can be changes, there can be shifts, that when the man comes in motivated, curious, and eager, that he can grow and he can find community in other spaces. Because I think that sexual
Yeah.
repression is a huge force for violence. I think about that a lot because I sort of have to in this
Hmm.
moment, have to root for that kind of education because I think it can be incredibly impactful.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, who's your primary clientele for coaching? Do you primarily work with men or do you work with everyone?
I do work with a lot of men individually, so that is a big portion of my clients. However, I do a huge amount of work in non-monogamy these days, and I
Yeah.
think there's been a surge in interest for that. Interestingly, along the same lines, in the sense that I think the world is evolving and different relational styles and a different relational culture is emerging. So there are a lot of people seeking help with that,
Hmm.
right? So I work a lot with individuals who just want someone to talk to in a safe space and to process and to get a sense for like, is this okay? Am I allowed to ask for XYZ? Are my feelings bad? Am I a
Yeah.
bad person because I feel overwhelmed by this? That navigating that with some expertise and someone holding your hand and also just validating your feelings around that can be really supportive.